On this episode of the Odd Man Out podcast, we're going to be tackling the biggest myths in content creation. So if you like the podcast, show your support by following our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@OddManOutStudio. That's youtube.com/@OddManOutStudio. Enjoy. Now you got me coughing. What's up, everybody?
Right?
Yo. It's the Odd Man Out podcast, episode number 10, baby.
Woo!
We made it, Saban.
Dude, this is impressive. Most podcasts don't get here, right? There was a statistic.
Yeah, no, it's most podcasts don't survive past episode 10. So we've made it to episode 10.
Nice.
If you guys don't see us on episode 11, somebody has come and murked us. But anywho,
Abducted.
guys, if you're new to the podcast, what's up? I'm your host, Danny B. Social, joined with my co-host at Just Saban. Saban, how's your morning going so far?
It's been fire. I parked in the wrong spot, so I've been awake since 6:30 because I had to move my car. Absolute fire decision on my part. How about you?
My morning's going great. I forgot to tell you yesterday that it was Tuesday and we have a stream today. So I was only a little worried that like you wouldn't be here, but then you were here, so we're good. Saban, what are we talking about today? Because I just so the audience knows, if you guys are listening, welcome. If you guys are watching, then you're probably subscribed to something because we're going to turn off the video podcast. Anywho, if you guys are watching, we are a podcast all about the creator economy. What is the creator economy? It's basically making content and making money at the same time. It's great. We help you guys make YouTube channels, TikToks, Instagrams, build your personal brands, and make money and have fun while doing it. Saban, what's our topic for today for the 10th episode?
Ooh, we're gonna be doing a little MythBuster action. Bring it back to History Channel vibes. We're gonna be talking about some of the biggest myths, preconceived notions that you have in the content industry, breaking them down, trying to discuss what is and isn't necessarily the right or wrong decision, as well as maybe a few of our bad habits if we have some time.
Yes. So awesome. Just so everybody knows, Saban has like a document of ideas. And what I tend to do is I tend to go in the day of and look at all of Saban's ideas. And I say, hey, I like that one thing. And then I change like 90% of the rest of it. So that's why we're tagging, bad habits onto that. Because Saban's idea was bad habits. And then I said, that's a great idea. And totally changed it. But kudos. That's why, guys, pro tip number 1, start a podcast with somebody who really just elevates you, right? Like Saban elevates me to do stupid shit. All right, guys, before we get into the myths about content creation, the reason why you all came here, I like to start the episodes with something that's going on around the time of recording. Today's date is February 22nd, 2023. Saban, have you heard about Facebook and Instagram's new pay-for-verification service?
Another one? I actually have not heard about this, no.
Okay, so Twitter a couple months ago rolled out paid verification. As everybody knows, Elon Musk took over Twitter, went to the $8 blue check mark, and now Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, is like, yo, I want in on that action. So they're launching a new paid verification service where you can pay for the blue check mark. Any hot takes on that, Sabe? Like I'll start with like, okay, you're paying for verification. Maybe that helps with bot accounts, but I haven't seen too many bot account issues on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. How do you feel about paid verification?
I kind of have mixed thoughts on it, honestly. After seeing how Twitter's done it, I still have very mixed thoughts about it. Like, I see the purpose of it for monetization. You know, some of these platforms have to make a little bit more money. But from my POV, a lot of it just hasn't really seemed super worthwhile unless you're... I feel like to the point where it becomes worthwhile, you would probably have earned verification, or you're close to earning it, right? Like, that's where... Maybe around our level it becomes a little more useful where you're in that middle ground of like you're working with these people and you're helping some of them, but you're not necessarily at that level yet of like your own notoriety.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've made it useful enough yet to make it like... I think Twitter somehow has like nerfed viewability if you don't have it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like, you know, it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's fine, you know.
I'm
is
I'm
what it is.
I'm I'm in a similar boat. Here's how I'm kind of viewing it. Right now on Twitter, um I bought the verification on Twitter because I know day to day they're gonna just change shit. So like maybe one day I'll get lucky and like I might just go viral by accident because I have it. But it's more to just prove I'm not a bot, right? Like I'm paying
Yeah.
$8 a month. I think it's 12. I don't even know. Nobody even knows how much it is. Um, but what really gets me about it is that these guys are taking services that were previously free, right? Like posting a video on Twitter is free, but if you want
Yeah.
it to actually get views, you now have to pay, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want the highest quality, and these are all services that they had. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens to see like if you're going to. I think subscription paid services have value if you imbue them with value. Like if I'm gonna pay you for a check mark, what do I actually get out of it? And right now, it doesn't seem like there's no benefit to buying it, right? So we'll stay tuned. I don't think I have a plan on like even buying verification for Odd Man Out. I don't think it really matters for what we're trying to accomplish right now. Um it is yeah, it's they yeah, when you charge subscriptions on a platform, yeah, innately the bot numbers go down, right? But it's like they're going to eventually just buy verification. Like the bots are going to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to
And
get there.
also, there's not really anything stopping the bots from just like being on there for free at the moment. Like, I'll say that there's some bot cut down that I've noticed, but like, I'm still getting like NFT promotion DMs
Right.
every single day on
Yeah.
Twitter.
And like
So like,
like it's been the
it's
same thing like
inevitable.
but like my the thing that gets me is like they didn't look at like Twitch, right? They didn't look at YouTube Live, they didn't look at Twitch who all have subscription services to cut down on bots, and I still have like messages going through chat with hey, do you want to grow your account? Like bots will always be a problem. I don't think verification is the fix.
Yeah.
But I do think, and this is an unpopular opinion, I know even Saban doesn't agree with me, but I think that if you are trying to do this seriously, you're trying to be a content creator, an influencer, and an authority, like whatever your goal is, you do need to be verified. Like there needs to be a way for you to tell, like, you're listening to Danny and Saban right now. Like these guys are who they are. We have deep fakes coming. Like they've been out for years. Now everybody's catching on. Like there's like, have you seen? You were showing me the presidents yesterday
Yeah.
playing
Those
Valorant.
videos are
Right?
amazing.
And they're funny, but like if you didn't tell me, like if I had no idea, like I wouldn't know that was a bot. Right? Like I
Right.
know it's a joke, but like think about once those people start like, "Oh yeah, I'm running for president." Right? Like stuff is going to get crazy. So like I personally think that there needs to like if you're going to take this seriously, you need to put some skin in the game. Like I'm willing to pay $8 a month to verify that I'm me. I think they need to improve the process. Like maybe an identity, like maybe if you
Yeah.
submitted like your license, like or an identity, like a passport or something, a document, then you don't pay. Like imagine,
Yeah.
right? If you could verify your identity for free. Anywho, so that's the news, guys. Meta and their verified subscription. Dude, Meta's just fucked up so many times at this point that I'm not convinced that pay for verification services are the answer.
Yeah.
And I don't think like, dude, it really sucks too because like they're not innovating. Like Meta,
No.
Facebook, when they were Facebook, like were at the forefront, and once they became Meta, they were just like, we're just gonna copy people. Like you own Instagram, you haven't changed anything. Your platform sucks. Facebook is old. Nobody's using it. You're just the SMMs that are forced to post on there. Like bring some fucking value, Zucks. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, hit me up, dude. Bring some actual value to people. Because all these platforms that you're uploading, you're giving them free shit, dude, every day. So they should be paying you. You shouldn't be paying them for whatever. Okay, that's
Honestly.
verification. We should do an episode, I think, on
We
verification.
honestly should, dude. That would be a whole topic right
that
there.
we could do a whole topic. So we'll jot that one down. But let's get into YouTube myths, guys.
Yes.
YouTube myths are huge, and we wanted to talk about YouTube myths because they also change like yearly, right? Like me and Saber were talking about this new wave of content that's coming through. It's like core. I gotta find the name of it, but basically these like 19 to 22-year-olds are like, Mr. Beast is ruining YouTube. It's too fast. I'm going to make slow content. I'm like, no, bro. Like, just go back 2-3 years ago. Docu-series were a thing. Like, I was making
Yep.
docu-series for the Atlanta Rain like 3-4 years ago. It's not new, bro. You're setting up a tripod and then you're time-lapsing you working at a computer and slowing it down. It's not slow. It's just content with meat in it. Like, it's just, oh, you found meaningful content? Good job. And anywho, that's because it's a myth, right? These people are believing myths, and the myth right now is that you got to be like Mr. Beast style to be successful. That's myth number one. Don't try to copy Mr. Beast because you're not. So get over it. So we found
Yeah.
an article today from vidIQ. This is 12 YouTube myths that distract you from getting more views. And this was published September 2nd, 2022. So some of these myths might be old,
Yeah.
but we're going to debunk them. We're going to go through and we're going to factor cap some of these myths because some of them might have changed because it's an ever-changing world. So let's get right into it, Sabin. Did you know,
Yeah.
Sabin,
Myth
myth
one.
number one? The myth number one is longer YouTube videos rank higher than shorter videos. So let's look at it. Shorts content is getting big, right? And they're saying
Yeah.
that longer YouTube videos rank higher. Now,
What's
I
their
disagree.
definition for
Like
rank?
they get more views.
Then that's just wrong.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
just objectively incorrect.
I think it's actually I would even go and push harder and say it's easier to go viral on a shorter video because you have to retention rate. You can get it's easier to get 100% retention on a 30-second video than a 20-minute video.
I think if you were able to get the same amount of viewership, then you'd get more value from a long form video if you were able to get 1 million views on that versus 1 million views on a short. But saying that it's easier to get those views, that's just incorrect.
Yeah, no, it's guys, don't believe it. Make the videos that matter to you. But what's more important, cap. What's more important is like you have to align the content strategy that you're making to your goals. So like if you're trying to achieve certain goals, you might be better off making short videos. Or some people, I'm working with a YouTuber right now who should be making long videos. So it's all about nuance. So myth number one, no. Longer YouTube videos rank higher than shorter ones. That is not true. Stop listening to that bullshit.
Yeah.
Number two, Sabin.
Yeah. Number one was wrong. Can we just take a second to busted number one in like
Bust!
2 minutes?
2 minutes down. Easy. Number two, Sabin, did you know that people only click on thumbnails that have text? Yeah.
Really?
It has to have text. Guaranteed.
I mean, I'll give them that you probably have a higher chance of getting it if you have some sort of text, but I'd say that's a pretty bold statement. I've seen some pretty good videos that have no text that have some pretty cool thumbnails. Mr. Beast's thumbnails don't even have text in them half the time, no?
That's what I'm looking up right now. So like I
You're
know
right. His
like-
face is like half of the thumbnail, so
like I know Marquise Brown Lee, his thumbnails are just him holding tech, right? Let me
Right.
look up Mr. Beast. I don't think Mr. Beast has text. Sometimes he does. Like with
we're
the
doing
money.
our research real quick, chat.
Nope. Mr. Beast, his 1,000 blind people see for the first time video that has 113 million views 3 weeks ago. Just him and another person. It's just people.
Well, I'll be
$1 versus a $1 million hotel room. That's another Mr. Beast thumbnail with no text on it.
And now I'm curious if we went to the trending tab,
Ooh, yep.
what those thumbnails look like gaming wise necessarily. Yeah, like Moist Critical, Penguins, Z, he doesn't use his thumbnails are like the most simplistic you can get. It's literally just him sitting there half the time making like some half-assed expression.
Yes.
And it has it doesn't have anything. He doesn't even have a PNG on there. It's crazy.
Yeah, guys, this is absolute cap. You
Yeah.
don't need text. So the important part for like a thumbnail is you should be able to show your thumbnail to somebody who didn't help you make that video, and they should be able to tell you what that video is about. That's it. If you need text to accomplish it, use text to accomplish it. But you don't need it because a picture is worth
Right.
1,000 words, right? So like,
Good color theory
yeah,
goes way further than adding text. You want to make sure that your thumbnails pop, they have something that sticks out, and like Danny said, it's able to tell your story.
yeah, it's like a
Nobody's going to click a thumbnail that has a million words on it, right? They're going to click a
right.
thumbnail that looks interesting.
Exactly, exactly. And like think about how small a fucking thumbnail is, dude. Like if you're putting words on that shit, like dude, I'm not old yet and I'm still like starting to zoom in on text. All right? So don't, for the sake of us older content creators, stop doing that. Um,
Yeah.
just tell a story with your image and go from there. Cap. Right, Sab? Can we officially say cap?
Yeah, I think you can do good with the text on a thumbnail, but in no means necessary at
It's
all.
not required.
Also,
Not required, guys. All right, myth number 3.
let's go.
Myth
Sorry, it
number
just
3.
started snowing. I was very
What?
taken aback. Yeah, it started snowing outside, so
Oh,
I
wow,
was
that's
really
awesome.
taken off guard. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, Christmas
Sorry,
came
let's myth
late.
number 3.
Myth number 3 is YouTube tags will help your video rank higher, right?
Ooh.
So people, apparently it says that people subconsciously think of tags as keywords, right? Huge misconception.
Like
Tags
an
are not.
SEO.
No, so like people think that they are the keywords, right? Like it's
Mm,
not tags. Tags, like, okay, they're descriptors, right? If you think about a tag is just telling YouTube or your audience, like telling YouTube so that YouTube can place your video, and tags are a way to hone in on what that video is about, right? So like you want to use tags for like if we were doing a video on myths in content creation, we would use tags to try to target what people would search for. So like you misspellings. A lot of people don't know this, but if you misspell a commonly misspelled word as a tag, you can get more views because that's how people are actually typing that video, right?
yeah,
So
which is crazy.
tags are like a descriptive keyword, like right, they're descriptive. This is from YouTube, right? YouTube themselves say that tags are descriptive keywords you can add to your video to help viewers find your content. But the importance is not on your tag, guys. The most important is always title, thumbnail, right? Title,
Yeah,
thumbnail, description. If you want to rank in search, it's not your tags that do that. It's like how many of the keywords from your description match your title, if the title is enticing, and then if your thumbnail gets clicks, right? So like it's a formula. You could put no, like I've seen YouTube videos where like the only tag is like Mr. Beast. Like tags are just a way to categorize your content to make searching easier, but it is in no means required to rank higher.
yeah,
And
that's wonderfully put.
tags are hard. Tags are like they confuse a lot of people, and so many people spend time on like YouTube's not a place where most places you don't need to do tags. It's all about description and title now, and really good thumbnails.
I personally just I put like 30 seconds in the tags normally. I'll be like, what is this video about? Okay, well, I'm playing this game or I'm doing this thing. This was my objective. Maybe a YouTuber or two that's very similar to my type of video, and then like done.
Right. Yeah, like you can spend a lot of time researching tags, guys, but I'd much rather you guys like from the start of the video think like would this make a good title and thumbnail? If you start there, then you can't go wrong. Like the tags can come later. It's just a categorization, guys. It's just like putting sticky notes in a book. Like it's just like to flag different pages. But the book's about the same topic. It doesn't matter how many stickies you have in there. The content doesn't change. So myth number 3. Cap. You don't need tags to go viral or to rank higher. That's bullshit. Cool, Saban.
Dude, we've been
We're
destroying these
crushing,
myths.
dude. We're crushing. Thanks, vidIQ, for the blog post
Yeah,
from a
for
year
real.
ago. All right, number 4, Saban, moving right along, is that one bad video will hurt your channel. This one's a good one. I actually
Ooh.
really fuck with this one because I have so many people. They're like, I made a YouTube channel. I got it branded. I know what I want to talk about. And then they're so afraid of posting a video because it's not perfect, right?
Yeah. I think
Go ahead. I'll let you take this.
it's I think it's really hard to make a video so bad that it affects your channel. And I feel like the only way that you can make like I think their way of saying bad, like their viewpoint of it, just isn't true. Like I don't think you can make a video that's poor enough quality necessarily, or like wasn't done well enough that your audience will just immediately cut you off after one video. If anything, you could probably chalk it up to just being a meme post. But I think one thing that can really hurt you is you have something that you're like you've been doing really consistently, and then all of a sudden you just like do something completely different that wasn't like super amazingly done.
Yeah.
I think that that can have an effect on your channel, especially if you have a dedicated fan base already.
Yeah, yeah. So like what you're saying though is completely you're taking like a fish out of hot water and putting them in cold water. So like
Yeah.
we've actually done this before, guys. Like me and Saban have been working on channels where we start with one idea and then we have like videos start popping off, but then for unforeseen circumstances we have to change the content and it shocks your audience. That will definitely negatively impact your channel. Because if you're making Minecraft videos one day and the next day you're like, I'm gonna get engaged. Like, nobody wants to fucking do that, right?
Right.
Like, it's two different audiences, man. Like, yeah, that can impact your channel. But this myth is about making one bad video. So, like, if you're making a
Mhm.
Minecraft channel and you post a video that underperforms, YouTube is not like a scorekeeper, guys. Like YouTube is not gonna be like you made 10 videos, one was bad, so your grade's a B minus, right? Like you don't get 10% off. There's no penalization, right? There's like only upside as long as you don't do what Saban did and like switch your content. But there's only upside to posting because you can learn something. And if you get so caught up not posting that bad video, you're never going to get to the good video. You have to make so many bad videos to get there. And YouTube's not here to be like, oh, you made like even a. Me and Saban have made hundreds of bad videos.
Oh,
Hundreds. Without a fucking doubt. Can say that hands down. And it never, like, YouTube's not going to lord that over your head and be like, remember that one bad video? No, dude, get out there and post shit. Because you're not going to get to where you need to be if you're posting. You're not going to make bangers. I'm sorry. You're just not. Like, it's just
the
not how it
only
works.
way to get through the bad videos is by making the bad videos, learning from it,
Yep.
and continuing to make videos. You could make 50 bad videos, but the only way you're going to learn how to make good videos is by going through that process of knowing, like, damn, this doesn't look that good. This
Right.
is what I can learn from that.
Yeah.
And that's something that we all got to go through. I used to, and I still make some videos that are pretty mediocre, but I used to make like garbage piles. Okay, and you just got to keep going. You know, that's the best way to, and that's with anything in life. Honestly, apply
Mhm.
that to probably anything in your life, and it'll make you feel a lot better,
Yep.
and it'll make you a lot more successful in that area.
Yeah, you gotta, dude. If you're getting into content specifically, I don't care what kind of channel you're trying to make, you need to it doesn't matter. Like I don't care how good you are. If you cannot fail, you will not make it, right? And I never gatekeep. I'm not here to tell you you can't achieve your goals and your dreams, but that is like a requisite. If you are afraid to fail, you will forever be hard stuck in like one level. You'll never achieve what if you're looking up to Mr. Beast or you're looking up to Dr. Disrespect or Saban, like whoever the fuck you're looking up to, if you're afraid to fail, you're done. You're dead in the water. So like post your bad videos, guys. Myth number 4, busted. Cap? Yeah, cap.
Yeah, I
Cap.
think that was mostly cat. Yeah.
Cool. Let me see if we have a different scene
I'm
here.
gonna have a little tracker
I do.
in
Check
my
this
head.
out, Saban. We got a new.
Gosh.
Hold
I
on.
think we're at 4 caps. Unless number 2 is fact. I think number
There we
2 is
go. For
cap.
anybody watching the video experience, we have a visual experience too.
Oh
So this
yeah.
is we're in review here. So I wanted the people to be able to see what we got. Okay, guys. So myth number 5, I like this one. I was actually on LinkedIn talking about this one. Myth number 5 is that you need expensive equipment to make viral videos. One,
Mm,
fuck you vidIQ for putting
yeah.
viral videos in your SEO. Let's take out the viral part. You need expensive equipment to make videos. Period. Shut the fuck up, you
Yeah.
gatekeeping piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. No. Guys, my first camera was a $600 Canon T3i that I bought in high school before I booked any gigs, and then I had to work several events to pay back the camera. And guess what? Every video that actually popped off, I actually shot on my fucking phone, right? Like I got hired to work at Saban's college. When he was there, I was the director, the content director for esports. They didn't have a camera for me. I literally shot everything on a Google Pixel. Back then was the Pixel 2, right?
Good times.
And if you look at the content that's popping off right now, it's like all authentic shot on phone camera. It's like you guys probably relate. Saban, you definitely relate. You work
Yeah.
really hard. You do your title research, your keyword research. You get your thumbnail all nice. You do your tags. Boom, you get 1,000 views. And then next day, you're like, fuck it. I need to post something. So let me set up my phone and record my cat. And then that video goes viral. It's like the equipment didn't matter. It's not an equipment issue at that point. It's just like you're making shit content. So yeah, guys, that's I don't know. What do you think about equipment, Sabe? Like what you run an org, you also work from home now. Like what's your dealio with equipment?
I think just like have bare minimum everything, like I have a camera and I have a microphone and I have a headset. And now everything, I mean, even now, like my stuff is pretty lower budget. Like my
Yeah.
headset was like 80. My microphone's the highest quality thing is like 80 as well. And then my webcam was like $25 off of Amazon.
Right.
And honestly, you could get all of this stuff probably for like $60 altogether
Yep.
if you were budgeting. So just like, yeah, make your content. It's all about we've mentioned this before is that you could make the best content in the world and if you don't know how to market it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it goes in the same way that you could make mediocre content to start and as long as you know how to properly market, that's the way that you can get your initial viewership. And then from there you're like, okay, now that I've made more money, now that I'm growing a fan base, I'm going to upgrade this first because this is the most important thing. You go from there.
Dude, that is the user journey right there. Let me lay this out for you. This is how everybody fucking does it, and this is how you shouldn't do it. You want to make a YouTube channel. You go out and you spend $1,000 on cameras, lights, microphones, and then you sit down and realize that you have to write a fucking script, and none of those tools help. Nothing helps you write a script. Nothing. The camera doesn't talk back to you. It's wild, dude. So guys, like Saban said, like start small. You have a phone. Start making your 100 bad videos now, dude. Start making your 100 bad videos now. Your audience will appreciate it. They'll see you building along the way. And then like what we're doing with OddManOut, dude. Every dollar we make from like streaming or from like a podcast or even like client work that I'm doing right now, I'm just pumping that back into upgrading stuff for this, right? So it's like I didn't buy any gear. I didn't rebrand the company. This is like we made this in 2019, 2020. I didn't spend any money on rebranding because it doesn't fucking do anything. It doesn't help. So start small, guys. You don't need expensive equipment. Myth number 5 is cap as fuck. Boom, get that
shit out of here.
Ooh, I like this. Number 6, you must use clickbait to get views.
I'm not gonna say you have to. But I will say it's like 99% easier if you do.
It is. So yeah, I mean, all right. I think there's clickbait is a blanket term. I think nowadays clickbait, like everything else, has lost its meaning. I think there's good clickbait and bad clickbait, like this is saying. I think we need to not name it clickbait, right? Like if you're making a good video, it's just a banger. Stop calling it clickbait. You're making a banger.
Yeah, I think people are also confusing a lot of the time clickbait with like optimizing search engine optimization. Like just because you're using the right keywords doesn't necessarily make it clickbait. Like Mr. Beast does like a lot of really crazy words in his title, but like they're not necessarily lies. They're just like
No, he promises on the video, guys. So like when you're titling your videos and coming up with them, like don't come at it from a place of like I need to go viral. Just be like, yo, what is the video about? Like be the best fucking person on YouTube. You want to be the person that's like, yo, when I see a thumbnail from your channel that says I did X to do Y, like if I 100% can tell you that when I click that video you're going to deliver, you're an amazing YouTuber. What is clickbait? That's a great question. Clickbait is when you it happens like in the news world, right? Like it's like the front page headline is always like mass murders in New York City, right? Like it's to get you to buy it. It's an eye-catching title. I killed my brother for YouTube for 1,000 YouTube subscribers, right? Like as we get this flagged. Clickbait is like promise. This article says it pretty good. Like bad clickbait is promising something that never happens. So like people would be like, I beat Ninja in Fortnite in 5 shots, and it's like, bro, Ninja's not even in the fucking video. He
Or
never
there's like
appears.
those 3 a.m. challenges. They're like, I called XXX Tentacion, who's dead at 3 a.m. and he answered. And it's like they had their friend texting from a different phone and they renamed the contact XXX Tentacion and they changed the time on their phone and they
Right.
blacked out their room.
Right.
Like it's all fake.
Yeah, so like
no, most of the time it's not true. Most of the time clickbait is not true.
Exactly. Most people will title a video AI is taking over, and then you watch the video and it's actually about like McDonald's, right? Like clickbait, bad clickbait is just like they're trying to get it's what the title is. They're trying to get you to click on the video because once they get the click, they think that that helps an algo. But what people don't realize is if you clickbait somebody and you don't deliver, they're going to get out of your video, and that actually impacts it'll stop serving your video because you have all these people who are like, oh man, I do want to learn how to make $1 million. But then when they click on it, it's like, check out my Chuck E. Cheese vlog. I'm immediately out. So it tells the algo that like, hey, I don't even want to watch this. So like, don't clickbait in a bad way. You want to make a title that's enticing, that makes people want to click, but deliver on your titles. I think that's pretty much it on clickbait. Like it's just don't be a douchebag.
Yeah, be genuine about what you're trying to do. Like I think a great way to do it is a lot of channels they'll have like a moment in their video that's dedicated to whatever their baity title is.
Yep.
Throw that in the beginning of the video to get everybody to be at least stay that like 30 seconds of like, here's why AI might be taking over.
Yeah, it's like it's a customer satisfaction thing, guys. I know it's like weird, like when I equate content to business, but it's like Amazon is as successful as Amazon is because the customer knows that like they matter, even though like they don't. But anywho, like they are taken care of. So like take care of your viewers, take care of your audience, like treat them like people you care about, and like don't be making false promises because like you're negatively impacting trust. You're breaking your like authority. Like all of it is just negative. So make a good title. It's not hard. Cool.
Plenty of YouTubers who have reputations of being baiters and lose viewership over time because of it.
Oh yeah. Myth number 7 is a really interesting one. You need lots of videos to get YouTube subscribers. So they're talking about quantity of videos, like the number of videos that you need to be to get subscribers. So this is really interesting, right? Because
that's like a loaded question.
Well, okay, so think about it this way. There is a mathematical game you can play in your head. I know when we post on OddManOut, we get 1,000 views per video, right? There's people who like do that math in their head and they're like, all right, 1,000 views per video. I want 1 million views. I need 100,000 videos. Or 10,000 videos, something a lot,
math
right?
Is
like
hard, honestly, yeah.
You could brute force the number of uploads to achieve the goal.
Yeah.
You could. Very like you could do it. One, is that worth the best? Is that like really the best use of your time to make 100,000 videos? Probably not. But 2, it's like there's no goal associated with this. Like, what do you even need YouTube subscribers for? Is usually what I ask people. You know,
what's
like,
your goal from that?
Yeah, what are you actually trying to do, dude? If you're trying to just build a community of like coders, then you don't need you're not going to get 7 million fans because there's not 7 million coders. It doesn't even add up to what you're trying to achieve. So like, guys, when it comes to YouTube subscribers, like get that number out of your head. That number doesn't help anybody unless like McDonald's called you and they're like, "Yo, Saban, if your channel hits 100,000 subscribers, we'll give you $1 million." Like, cool, go for it. But like, there's no reason to like map your actions to just number growth. Like, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've actually stopped posting shorts on our OMO channel. And the reason for that is because I'm making content that like I want to make sure we're hitting our audience. Like we can make content that gets us numbers, but then next month when I do my analytics, like I don't want to have to beat inflated numbers. So
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna like we've already doubled our subscriber count from last month, and I had to stop posting because we were growing so fast that I'd have to like keep exponentially. It's not as
We're gonna keep
sustainable.
doubling, Danny.
Yeah, it's not
It never ends.
it's not sustainable. So like I had to go back to roots. I'm like, okay, who are we trying to like appeal to? What is the value we provide? And now me and Saban are talking about doing long form video. Like we're figuring out where we need to be. And to the point of this, like I've seen channels go absolutely viral from one video, right? Like you could
Yeah.
post one video and hit 100K. You could post like 1,000 videos and only have 1,000 subscribers. It's like this is just a cap. This is like you don't need a lot of videos. It's about what your goals are and how you plan on achieving those goals. So stop with the subscriber count cap.
Get that out of here.
Yeah. Oh, this is a really good one. Number 8, because YouTube Shorts was coming out, I'm assuming, or getting bigger, is that posting YouTube Shorts will hurt your channel.
Hell.
Yeah.
Cap.
Yeah.
Wrong.
A lot of
Disproven.
people. This goes back to our earlier myth of like a one bad video could impact your channel. This posting YouTube Shorts, people believed this to the point where like they started Shorts only channels.
Yeah.
Right? And it's actually hotly debated whether or not you should do it. But if you look at the big guys who are like doing this as a living, like Mr. Beast, I keep using him, but like he started with a YouTube Shorts channel, and then he realized, fuck, dude, I'm just throwing away like all these millions of views for free. Let's put it on the main channel, and he does that. Again, if you're not going to be negatively impacted, and you're small, nobody gives a shit what you're doing, right?
Right.
Like post everything on one page. You don't want multiple pages to manage. I can't manage, like there's a cap on how many pages I can personally manage.
Yeah.
So like
and you're just splitting apart your potential.
you're segmenting your audience. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You are.
There are some people who get even more followers on their Shorts page than their main page, and then the other thing you have to think about is once you get to that point, like what do you do from there? Like now you just have two channels that are kind of like split, and one of them only wants to watch your short form, and one of them only wants to watch your long form. Like where do you go from there? Now you're just kind of like really cut between managing two channels that are similar yet very different on what they want.
Exactly. So guys, don't make a separate YouTube Shorts channel. If anything changes, we'll let you know. But like what is happening now, what actually happens on YouTube is that the algorithm will recommend your Shorts videos to long videos and vice versa. So use your, like when I'm working with clients, I tell them Shorts are a way to like to reach a broader, wider, newer audience, right? It's like, hey, people are going to forget who you are after your Shorts. So like Shorts are a way to constantly remind them who you are. And you need about 7 interactions with a brand before you buy something, right? So like if I'm going to buy a shirt from Zoomies, it usually takes me a couple times going into the store or passing the store to want to like buy a product. The same thing happens on YouTube. You might see me and Saban on YouTube Shorts one time, be like, all right, cool, that's a good myth that they busted. You might see it twice and be like, okay, they're busting a couple of these things. Like, I don't smell any BS. By the 3rd or 4th time, they're like, okay, I've passed this like 3 or 4 times. YouTube keeps serving it to me. I'm going to go subscribe. So Shorts are just a chance to amplify your, reach. So, yeah, don't make a separate channel, guys. That's cap. Number 9. Let's skip number 9 because this one is actually tricky. All YouTube revenue comes from video views.
I feel like that could be a whole episode
that's a whole
on monetization.
episode. We're gonna do a monetization episode, but guys,
I'm writing it down.
Yeah, that's YouTube. Okay, this is actually a trap because YouTube revenue is from YouTube views, from video views. You make direct revenue based on the number of views, right? But they're going into like other ways you can make money, subscribe, or like subscriptions, premium, all that stuff. Let's skip that for now. That is cap though. All YouTube revenue does not come from your video views. You can monetize off platform.
Do we want to skip 10 as well then? Or
yeah, we'll skip the revenue one. The number 10 on this list is subscriber count has a significant impact on revenue.
I wouldn't say significant, but it definitely has some impact. Like I'd say.
Well, I mean, like naturally, you're gonna be served to more people, right? So, like, what happens when you make a YouTube video? For those who don't know, you take a video, you post it on Shorts, and what YouTube does is it serves it to a small percentage of your existing subscribers. So let's say you have 100 subscribers to keep numbers easy. Say they serve it, these are not real numbers. Say they serve it to 10% of your audience. They're going to show your YouTube short to 10 people. Out of those 10 people, if a majority of them watch the whole thing, like it, engage, then it's going to serve it to 10 more people, like outside. It's going to fan out. And if those 10 people like it and interact, it's going to keep going and fanning out. When you have a large audience, that sample pool, that first pool of people that see your video is bigger, right? So the theory would indicate that you would make more money, but it's actually just more friction points of people clicking off. So it's actually it can actually hurt you negatively if it's serving it to a larger audience. But we'll get into that, guys. We're gonna do a monetization episode for YouTube because that's actually really good. Small channels can't make money on YouTube. False.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to hit the requirements.
Yeah, so like now, guys, especially because they monetized YouTube Shorts, here's how I would go about it. I would try to hit the YouTube Partner Program as quickly as possible. That means you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. That does not count YouTube Shorts. So like you need that on your long videos. What we're trying to do at OddManOut is we're going to hit the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time. That way, you're in the partner program, and every short you post then is monetized. So small channels can make money on YouTube. It's true. But a majority of content creators' revenue does not come from YouTube ads, like AdSense. So I just want you guys to know, if your goal is to make money on platform, that tends to be the smallest revenue stream that content creators actually make. I'm not saying it's small, like it's a lot of money for some of these guys, but when you're starting out, you're gonna have diversified like monetization, and the partner program is not gonna be your majority of income. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I like myth number 12. Myth number 12 says to get on the YouTube trending page, you have to post at a specific time. So to be on the trending page, you got to make sure you time it right, Sabin. You got to make sure you hit it at the exact second.
I feel like that's capped.
Well,
What
yeah.
I do want to know, though, I want to know your opinion on this because you're more of the poster guy. Do you think that uploading at certain times has an effect?
Doesn't matter.
No, not at all.
Okay. I'm not gonna say that. If your audience is based in the U.S. and you're posting at 3 in the morning, you're probably not gonna get a big push, right? Unless the content that you made is for a wider audience, right? Like if you're making content that's like, hey, in Europe, I want this to be aired now, then yeah, post it at the time that makes sense for your audience. But like, dude, I never look at posting time. It doesn't matter to me. Because if you're making quality content that like serves your audience and provides value, they're gonna watch it, right? You know your audience. And also, like I just post around the times that like if I'm my core audience, like that's what's great about what we're doing is like I'm literally who I'm trying to sell to. So when am I awake? Well, I get up earlier now, but I don't go on YouTube Shorts until like lunchtime. Because like that's when I'm just like ready to consume content. So this is entirely capped, guys. If your video is going to hit the trending page, it's going to hit it regardless of what time you post. Like the trending cycles based on like it's not a time. They're not like scraping the data at 1 a.m. and then like if you didn't make the cutoff by then, like you're not going to be on that day's explore page or the trending page. You can make that page at any point. It just matters. You just have to hit the trending pages.
I'm scrolling through the trending page now, and most things that are on there, like the earliest thing that I see was uploaded 12 hours ago. So even if you were thinking about it, like how do I get on the trending page because of certain timing, they have to decide which videos are worth trending anyway. Like you have to be thinking about how your video is going to do in the first place before you even consider it getting on the trending page.
Right. And this quote is actually really interesting from this vidIQ article because it's like basically the article says that YouTube is not looking at content once every 24 hours, right? That's what you would think. It has to scrape it. But they're actually every 15 minutes, they're revising the trending page. So that means like you can post your video at any time. And if it starts to hit an uptick, you have a chance at making it. Like YouTube wants to make money. They're not going to sit here and be like, oh, we're only going to serve once a day. Like they want to keep you hooked. So
yeah, I see videos
12.
from a day, 2 days ago, even a week ago. I see a video on the trending page.
Wow, I did not know that.
Right.
Because think about it, like there's videos where like you'll post a video and 60 days later it'll start popping off.
Right.
Like, I've had
if you're
this
doing
happen.
it, if you're uploading it correctly, then yeah, if your video is one of those timeless things, especially like tutorials, those specifically.
Evergreen content,
Evergreen.
guys.
That's the term. Yep.
Yeah,
Just continually grow.
you notice more product placements in vlogs. Yeah, that's because vlogs. All right, so like that's the end of the list, guys. So we actually made it to the end of all of our myths.
Nice.
So we have some time to actually talk, which is phenomenal. So that's all the myths, guys. Not all of them. There's a lot. The key here though is like just focus on you. Like stop reading shitty articles. Like listen to our podcast. I'm not saying unsubscribe to our podcast, but you want to like everything that you hear, go and fucking test it yourself, bro. Like if you hear us say something, like go do it and test it, but don't take everybody's words for like the exact thing. Is my main takeaway. Anything?
It's one great thing. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go. I was actually about to ask you for your input.
I was just gonna say that's kind of one great thing about ours, if anything, because our main content is about trying these new things, and we're at a new enough point where like you can literally use us as your case study of like here's what we're talking about, and we're actually attempting to do it. So like if you're still in that iffy stage of like I don't know if it's working, just look at how we do over the next couple months.
Exactly.
Take that with a grain of salt because we're doing a lot of things, but it's exciting. And I think there's a lot of potential. Put yourselves out there.
Yes, absolutely, guys. Don't let myths or even facts stop you, because here's the beautiful thing about YouTube is like you could break the rules and succeed. All right, let's go to like I saw somebody saying more product placement in vlogs. This is what we're talking about for monetization. So, depending on the deal of that vlog that you mentioned, one, a sponsor could have came in and said, "Hey, you have to put this bag, the Chanel bag, in this vlog." And that creator got money from that. Normally is what happens. They'll get paid, and then they got to put it in a certain percentage of their video. 10% of the video has to include it. That's a direct partnership. They're like, all right, cool. That is not. But if you think about it, like when that person goes to their YouTube like panel, like where all your back end and analytics is, there's no money in there, right? Like that's not a paid. Yeah. That's not how that works. Like that is a company reaching out to pay you, and they're going to place it in vlogs. And the reason they pick vlogs is because like they're finding people who live the lifestyle that they want to use the product. And that's an authentic, like organic way to integrate it. So that's why you'll see product placement. So many
opportunities.
Yeah, so many. And like you'll see it with like drinks and sodas. Like if you notice the back of my chair is taped. My computer chair is taped, and the reason for that is because there's a brand name on this chair. And if they're not paying me, I'm not putting their name on here because, like, that is real estate, right? So that's a marketing opportunity. If anybody wants to sponsor, Ayo, I know the company here. You could sponsor me, and I'll remove the tape. But I'm not going to until I get paid to do it.
No free plugs.
No, it's because, like, right now, like, think about it. Right now, we're small, right? We're small guys. But, like, think about, like, if we eventually get a couple million subscribers, and then people are going back and watching the content where you had like this brand for free just taking up space on your screen. Like you just lost out on money, dude. You just threw away free cash. So yeah, guys, it's like product placement. Most of these guys, like I said, that like 10% of their income might come from like YouTube AdSense, like actual money on their video. But it's like a smaller percentage. It's not as big as you guys think. Like most people are not living off of the income that they're generating from content creation. Like on the platform itself. Yeah. They're getting sponsor deals, one-off activations. Like for us, we're going to be starting for OddManOut like a monthly subscription, right? Like you can just pay monthly and have like all these benefits, right? Because like we want to just give you stuff, but we don't want to make you buy product after product. What about the blogs that share the products they supposedly use? Yeah, blogs. I mean, dude, blogs are what kicked it off, right? Like people were writing blogs back in the day before video. And if your blog, if you like think about it, you write a travel blog, you get 1 million monthly visitors. That's 1 million people who need to know to fly Delta. So Delta is going to pay that blogger to write about them. Hey, we'll give you free tickets and pay you $10,000 to like talk about it. That's why you'll see these integrations, right? It's because they're trying to tap into an audience, but they don't know how to make the content. That's why the creator economy is super powerful. travel vlogs. That's why you see all these food people like, oh, like I'm doing a mukbang. They're not doing a mukbang because they made money doing a mukbang. They're doing a mukbang because they're like, hey, if I get enough eyes on me, then people will just give me free food and pay me to eat it, right?
Yeah.
Because now we're hitting a shift where people under the age of 30, they don't go to Google and they don't Google your company to see how good it is. They're just going to TikTok. It's called social search. They're typing in restaurant near me, and TikTok is serving them the people are like, hey, this place sucks. Like everybody's going to the source now. And that's where like you as the creator can get super empowered, right? Because if you build the audience, then the brand deals come afterwards, right? You're building the audience, and then you could even start reaching out to people. We do content, right? So like it would be smart for us to be like, hey, Canon, the camera company, or hey, Elgato for the lights, like hitting these people and saying, if we bring in, me and Saban get about 100,000 monthly views roughly on our content, like that's 100,000 touch points for this brand. So like we could say, hey, chair company, I'll remove this, and every month you'll get a minimum of 100,000 eyes on this chair. And now I'm in a position of leverage. We can actually leverage partnerships. Yeah, you live the dream, man. Yeah, if you want to be a travel vlogger, just, go spend about $50,000 up front, film it, and then hopefully you get big. JK, don't actually do that. It's a bad plan. You get a green screen and literally pretend like you're there. JK. But no, seriously. Saban, that's like, we're towards the tail end of the episode, man. Any last thoughts on like YouTube myths, misconceptions, or anything that we talked about?
Man, I think, market yourself properly. Don't listen to all of these myths. Don't take everything. Honestly, anything you're told by like a YouTuber or a guru or even us, as much as I do love our advice, take with a grain of salt. Like, don't take anything as 100% this is fact, because even the people who are successful are still learning. The industry is constantly changing, it's constantly evolving. Like, nobody has the right answer. There's just a lot of really good generalizations that you should follow. Create your own path, take all the good advice you can get. I think that's the best thing you can do. Just don't take anything as like, this is what you have to do to become popular or make money on a platform. It's just, there is no set way.
No, I really like that, guys. What worked for one YouTuber doesn't work for another. It's not a guaranteed, like YouTube and content in general is not a copy paste. There's a reason why not everybody can do it. It's because you can't just copy what everybody else is doing and expect the same results. So when we tell you guys, OddManOut recommends titling a video this way, if it works for you, great, keep doing it. If it doesn't work for you, great, tell us it's not working for you, and change it. Don't keep doing the same thing. Saban, where can people find you and keep up with you on the interwebs?
You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch at just Saban, but mostly Twitter. That's where I am residing. How about you?
Yeah, I'm at Danny B Social, or Danny B. That's on everything: LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, guys, we do this show every single Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. We answer your questions live. Thank you, Shepherdess. Thank you for being in the chat today with us. I'm going to start shouting out who's in chat with us to help encourage more people to come here. Guys, when we do this podcast, we answer questions live, and the more specific your questions are, the better, because then you just get direct help. So come out, hang out with us every Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you give it a 5-star review. If you think we deserve it, I think we do. And make sure you subscribe to us at OddManOut Studio on all socials. We're now also on LinkedIn. We have a company page on LinkedIn. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 10. We'll see you next week, Wednesday.
Salutations, everyone.
At 10:30. It's been great. Peace.